All right, welcome to lesson 18. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about ratio word problems and similar triangles. So starting off with ratio word problems, we're going to have stories and they're going to give us a rate for our information, and then they're also going to give us the actual. So our first question, the ratio of Arabians to mixed breeds in the herd was 2 to 17. So right there's my rate. If there were 380 horses in the herd, meaning the total, how many were Arabians? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this information, set up some ratios, and we're just going to set them equal to each other and then cross multiply to solve. So first thing we see is Arabians to mixed breeds was 2 to 7. So Arabians to mixed was 2 to 17. There's also a third group here, the total. So the total would be 19. And then we have to ask ourselves, what other information do they give us? 300 were total, or 380. Okay, so this would be my rate, and then this would be my actual. Okay, and then the last question we're going to ask is how many were Arabians? So this is what they want to know. So right here I have my information to set up a proportional statement to cross multiply. So we're working with 2 over x, or 2x, and then 19 and 380. So 2 over 19 equals x over 380. We're going to cross multiply, and that is going to be 760 divided by 19, which would equal 40. So that's it. There were 40 Arabians in the herd. Okay, so let's try it with another problem. It took 600 kilograms of sulfur to make 3,000 kilograms of the new compound. How many kilograms of the other materials would be required to make 4,000 kilograms of the new compound? So our categories that we have here are sulfur, not sulfur, and the total. Sure, why not? So in our first case, which we would call our rate, but this time it's going to be case 1. We had 600 kilograms of sulfur to make 3,000 kilograms of the new compound, meaning the not sulfur materials would be 2,400. Okay, so the second part of our problem, how many kilograms of the other materials, meaning this part, that's what they're wanting us to find, would be required to make 4,000 kilograms of the new compound. So right here, I have my information to set up my ratio problem. So we have 2,400 over 3,000 equals x over 4,000. Okay, so now we are going to cross multiply 2,400 times 4,000, and then we're going to divide by 3,000. Okay, so to solve it from here, we can either just type this straight into our calculator, totally fine, or we can actually reduce this. Just when you do, make sure that you take your time so that you don't forget anything simple. I'm going to go ahead and use the calculator. And so we have 2,400 times 4,000 divided by 3,000, and we end up with 3,200 kilograms. It's always good to remember that unit of measurement of the other material, but you don't have to write that part. So that's it, we're done. We found what they wanted us to find. So the second concept in this lesson is talking about similar triangles, and basically how when we know that they are similar triangles, we can use that information to set up proportional statements and solve for missing sides of one of our triangles. So in this case, I know that these two triangles are similar because they show that these two angles are congruent, these two angles are congruent, and these are because of the number of arcs for their angles. Because these both have 1, that means congruent, 2 marks means these are congruent, and 3 means these are. Meaning 4 is proportional to 3, like 5 is proportional to x. So I can set that up. 4 over 5 is equal to 3 over x. And I have to make sure that as I set this up, that I am staying consistent with my setup. So if I'm referring to this side for my numerator, I have to go to that same location for the other triangle for my second fraction. And so if 5 is going to be my denominator, I have to go with the same side on the other triangle just to keep this accurate. And then we're going to cross multiply, so 15 divided by 4 equals x, and we're done because that doesn't reduce any further. Our other proportional statement, if we're looking for y, is we can say 4 over 7 equals 3 over y. And again, we're going to cross multiply, and we're going to get 21 over 4 equals y. And that cannot reduce any further either. So these are my answers, and we're done. All right, everyone, that's it for lesson 18, working with similar triangles and ratio word problems. I hope this helped make a lot of sense for you guys. With those ratio word problems, you're obviously more than welcome to set that up in a ratio box if you are a visual person, and that just helps you put that information together more clearly. That's totally fine. You do what you got to do to get the problem right without cheating. So I'll see you guys in class. Have fun doing your homework. Don't freak out. Stay calm. It's going to be okay.